off the top.
I just scraped it off the top, cut it on the road.
The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They'll be led out by the first overall pick from a couple of drafts ago, former Clemson Tiger Trevor Lawrence.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's a start they can live with. 15 yards on their first play from scrimmage.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Lawrence. This is Shenault on the receiving end. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And the catch made by his tight end, Luke Farrell. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 23. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Connor up the middle. That one a first down pickup of 8. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. Touchdown, Jaguars! Laviska Shenault, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Oh, this is blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. A call in luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes, and he said he feels like he can take some shots against the secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Oh, able to avoid him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Here we go. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Burrow going to fake to mix it, and now look to throw. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Brought to the ground by the linebacker, Foye Oluokun. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Holding, offense.
That's on the guard, Alex Kappa.
Still 2nd down.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
Here we go.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 34-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's Burrow. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he's going to have the Bengals 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Burrow. Nothing our score after 1. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Running left, it's Mixon. And he will take it on in for the Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. So another rushing touchdown for him this year. Well, he's found the end zone quite a bit so far. Charles, that now an even 20 scores on the season.
And you know how often we use the term, probably I overuse the term imposing their will? Well, these defenses have become really powerless to stop him. That's what we've seen from him and his team this year. You know he's getting the ball down here in the red zone, but he's just getting that strength of will himself, and he's used it to great effect.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. And now out come the Jags. And work with me here. Is this overhyped or not? You've got a warm weather team on the road in January. and it's cold. What's the deal? Is that a factor or is it not a factor?
I think a lot of it depends on the personality of your head coach and how you prepare for things. And some things you just can't prepare for. If you're coming from a warm weather site, you can't make it cold enough like it is here in this ball game. But what you can do is just tell the guys, dress for the weather, and then play like we always play. And as the game goes along, typically those guys out there playing, you warm up enough that it really shouldn't affect you quite the same way. Now, if that's all you talk about, if you put that in the heads of your players, it'll affect them in a big way.
From the 29, Lawrence finds the open target, Arnold. Only able to gain a couple there. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Lawrence will throw. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he is going to have a Jags first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. Being chased out left. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Lawrence going to throw again. And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Trey Hendrickson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, the next gen stats going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. That's a heck of an effort from Josh Allen getting in there defensively.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, well, they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
Here we go.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. It's Mixon on the counter. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Mixon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 53 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Here we go.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get a second touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a second. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon, and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to extend their lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and the lead is up to 8. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Now Lawrence on first down. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go play action now. Lawrence rolling to his right. His throw incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From midfield now, Lawrence. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence, he finds his man, complete. That's Connor. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 40. Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. He finds his man, complete. It's Connor. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of
thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. There he goes, left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD.
Personal foul. Roughing the tackle. Defense.
How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And he's got it. Touchdown. Marvin Jones in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jags are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
And that's a terrific score. And now, what are we going to do here? Do you go for two?
You know what the people at home want.
Everybody wants to go for two. The analytics people probably want them to go for two. I bet they kicked the extra point. We've got a whole second half left to play.
And we got to look at it here, but hey, whatever the case, big-time play before the end of the second quarter. A little surprising they wouldn't go for two, but this is up and good. And the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. Taken at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. They gotta go, gotta go.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. A look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And the Bengal offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work to run it a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Chad Muma, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Open man is Higgins. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defense.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dwayne Smoot, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call through the offensive coordinator. You like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Here we go.
Back to Mixon on first down. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 75 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Here we go, here we go.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Now Burrow. Throw left side complete to Chase. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Second down, ball on the 3. First down marker at the 1-yard line. Touchdown Bengals. Tyler Boyd from 4 yards out. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
McPherson now for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. The 10-play drive that time. And it's finished off by the touchdown from Tyler Boyd. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of the receiver, Shenault. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a first and 10 at the 46. Now a first carry for their fullback. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 25-yard line. On the give, this is their fullback. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's second and 10. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on third and 6. Lawrence. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So nothing doing there. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Bengals drive about to get going. The long drive last time out for this offense, Charles, if you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Here we go, here we go.
Now Burrow on first down. The pass to Boyd, and he brings it in on the crossing route. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Mixing up the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Again, it's Mixon. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 4 yards, the pick up, first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Tyler Boyd with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals will add to their fourth quarter lead. So that, Charles, his second touchdown of the ballgame. He had the more standard receiving touchdown earlier. This time he finds the end zone in the run game.
Yeah, it's almost as if he said, well, that's how I normally do it. That's almost boring. Give me another opportunity. This time I'll use my legs only and get into the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. The Jaguars getting set to go. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area, so no grounding call.
On 2nd and 10, Lawrence. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
You don't see too many pass-catching fullbacks nowadays, partner. In fact, you don't see too many fullbacks, period.
Good news, though, he does have decent hands, and we saw it right there on display. On 3rd down, Lawrence. Man open, here is Jones. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And to throw again is Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Kirk. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now Lawrence. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. From the 41, Lawrence. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 25-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. On 1st down, Lawrence. Got a man and he hits him in stride. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Lawrence going to throw again. Caught by Jones. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now Lawrence to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. Touchdown, Jaguars. Laviska Shenault, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll run it with Pirine. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Here we go.
The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation.
Here we go, here we go.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that? Being able to put big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check. Got that done. Win a wild card game. Big check. Now you got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
I just scraped it off the top, cut it on the road, out the curve, out the block. I was already sold, out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, the mental lie. Whenever she calls, the what I gotta do, I'm moving with a two. I paid it out the phone. Yeah, tell me what I gotta do. Pull up in a bucket crew, one for me and one for you. Yeah, like with the roof. I'm off the chain, don't cut me loose. Yeah, I'm off the chain, I'm off the noose. Yeah, get them picked off Bentley, white like cotton. Residential, so good, my doors don't gotta lock them. Watch the dirty money with Oxy. I miscount cause I'm off a... Yeah, these bigger than a damn proxy. Call my he said copy. Get that plug like a boogie. I like riches, hit like nookies. You ain't scared of no, but you scared to put on your hoodie. Man, my like Woody. I just scraped it off the top, cut it on the road, out the curve, out the block. I was already sold, out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, the mental lie. Whenever she calls, the what I gotta do, I'm moving with a two. I paid it out of phone.
Toys, convoys, 100 carats on my neck, my boy. That 100 bunny rabbits tryna get my boy. From the cabbage I collect, my boy. Heard you this gorillas, let me check, my boy. Say nothing silly, you regret, my boy. Cause we got banana on the my boy. And I can send it in a text, my boy. Thumbs up or the emoji with the flex, my boy. Personalize every threat, my boy. Toll free, that's direct, my boy. And if you need a couple, I'm to connect, my boy, off the top.
I just scraped it off the top, cut it on the road, out the curve, out the block. I was already sold, out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, the mental lie. Whenever she calls, the what I gotta do, I'm moving with a two. I paid it out of phone.
Come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach. Put me in the game. They put me in, so I'm going in. You play for fun, I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I could beat them again. They thought I was done, I went on a run and beat all the odds and got even again. Watch what you say, I'm not one of them. When I jump in my bag, I could jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy, I gotta let them see I'm out here winning, cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game, cause the way I'm feeling, I honestly do not see no competition.